30th anniversary of the CMA Awards. And I don't remember this firsthand, but I've read that when you wore what I think was a perfectly appropriate red dress, like it was a scandal in Nashville.
Everyone remembers that dress, the striking red gown that made headlines across the country. But few knew the real story behind why Reba McEntire wore it. Now, she's opening up about the family's struggles, the battles with Nashville's music executives, and the deeply personal secrets she kept hidden for years. From her unwavering support for LGBTQ+ rights to the heartbreak of losing millions in a divorce, this is the tale of how country music's sweetheart became its most daring trailblazer. Reba McEntire was born on March 28, 1955, in McAlester, Oklahoma, a small town steeped in rodeo culture. She was the third of 4 children in a family deeply connected to the rodeo world. Her father, Clark McEntire, was a champion steer roper, earning 3 world titles in 1957, 1958, and 1961. Despite his success, the McEntires lived a modest life. They started out in a tiny 3-room house without indoor plumbing. Reba often joked that they didn't even have a telephone until she was in 5th grade. Life was simple but demanding, teaching her the value of perseverance and hard work. Reba's mother, Jacqueline, had once dreamed of becoming a country music star, but set aside her ambitions to raise her family. Still, she instilled her love of music in her children. During long drives to rodeo events, she taught them to harmonize, laying the foundation for Reba's future career. These family sing-alongs were the first steps toward her rise in the music industry. Life on their 7,000-acre ranch in Chalky, Oklahoma, was far from easy. By the age of 6, Reba was already helping to round up cattle. By 7, she was working long days, starting before sunrise and finishing after sunset. The ranch wasn't just about cattle. The family also sold timber, operated a rock quarry, and even discovered natural gas on their land. Neighbors had once called it Sorry Land because of its rocky terrain, but the gas discovery became a lifeline during tough times. Music became a central part of Reba's life in 9th grade when she and her siblings, Pakey and Susie, formed a group called the Singing McEntires. Their first performance was at a 4-H talent show where they took home first place. They sang a mix of country and pop songs, captivating audiences with their harmonies. One of their original songs, The Ballad of John McEntire, was a tribute to their grandfather. Only 1,000 copies were pressed, making it a rare collector's item today. Reba also performed solo, gaining recognition for her renditions of the national anthem at rodeo events. One such performance at the 1974 National Finals Rodeo changed her life. Country singer Red Steagall was in the audience and was immediately struck by her powerful voice. After the show, he approached Reba and her family, offering to help her launch a career in Nashville. In March 1975, Reba and her mother, Jacqueline, packed their bags and headed to Nashville, leaving behind their ranch and family. It was a bold move, and Jacqueline, who had once dreamed of a music career herself, dedicated herself to supporting her daughter's ambitions. They arrived in Nashville with little money, relying on Red Steagall's connections to get started. Life in Nashville was far from glamorous. Reba and her mother lived in small rented apartments and took odd jobs to make ends meet. Jacqueline provided unwavering support, helping Reba stay focused on auditions and songwriting. They spent countless hours waiting in record label lobbies, hoping for a chance to showcase Reba's talent. Despite numerous rejections, they refused to give up. In November 1975, Reba signed her first record deal with Mercury Records. While it was a significant milestone, her career didn't take off immediately. Her debut single, I Don't Want to Be a One-Night Stand, 1976, failed to chart. Over the next few years, she released albums and singles that struggled to gain traction. Her debut album in 1977 peaked at number 88 on the country charts, and her highest charting single, Sweet Dream, only reached number 19. By 1982, the constant rejections and financial struggles pushed Reba to her breaking point. She even considered quitting music and returning to Oklahoma. Her 6th album, Behind the Scene, failed to produce any major hits. With little to show for her 8 years in Nashville, Reba and Mercury Records parted ways in 1983, but her persistence finally paid off. On January 8, 1983, Reba scored her first #1 hit with Can't Even Get the Blues. The song had originally been intended for another artist, but Reba fought to record it herself. When she learned of her first #1, she was on a broken-down tour bus, a moment that perfectly captured her journey. In 1984, Reba took a bold step by leaving Mercury Records for MCA Records. The decision wasn't easy. She had to pay to end her contract with Mercury. But at MCA, she found the creative freedom she craved. Her first album with the label, My Kind of Country, 1984, was a critical and commercial success, earning her praise for staying true to her roots. From 1984 to 1987, Reba dominated country music, winning the CMA Female Vocalist of the Year award 4 years in a row. On March 16, 1991, tragedy struck when a plane carrying 7 of her band members and her tour manager crashed, killing everyone on board. Reba wasn't on the flight. She had stayed behind due to illness. The loss was devastating, but she channeled her grief into music. 6 months later, she released For My Broken Heart, an album dedicated to her lost friends. The title track became a #1 hit, and the album went double platinum, solidifying her place as a country music legend. On September 29, 1993, Reba stepped onto the CMA Awards stage wearing a stunning red velvet gown with a plunging neckline. Designed by Sandy Spica, the dress featured a sheer panel adorned with over 2,000 crystals. It was a dramatic departure from her typically modest style, and it sparked a media frenzy. The next day, 37 newspapers ran headlines about the dress, and Reba's fan mail poured in. While some praised her boldness, others criticized her for straying from her wholesome image. Reba's talents extended far beyond music. In 2001, she starred in her own sitcom, Reba, which ran for 6 seasons and became a fan favorite. She also ventured into Broadway, fashion, and business, launching a successful clothing line and opening a restaurant and music venue in Oklahoma. Reba's personal life has seen its share of challenges. She married rodeo champion Charlie Battles in 1976, but the marriage ended in divorce in 1987. She later married her manager, Narvel Blackstock, in 1989, but they divorced in 2015 after 26 years together. Despite these struggles, Reba has remained a vocal advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and women's equality in country music. In 2011, Reba was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, cementing her status as a legend. With over 75 million records sold, countless awards, and a career spanning decades, Reba McEntire has proven that she's not just country music's sweetheart. She's its most fearless trailblazer. Her story is one of resilience, reinvention, and authenticity. Whether she's delivering a heartfelt ballad or standing up for what she believes in, Reba McEntire continues to inspire fans around the world. Reba's versatility as an entertainer became even more evident when she made her Broadway debut in 2001, starring as Annie Oakley in Annie Get Your Gun. Critics praised her performance, and she received a standing ovation every night. Her ability to transition from music to theater showcased her immense talent and adaptability. Reba's business acumen is as impressive as her artistic achievements. In 2005, she launched a clothing line with Dillard's, offering women's apparel, shoes, and home goods. The line was a massive success, generating over $200 million in sales within a decade. In 2016, she partnered with Cracker Barrel to create a Western-themed retail line called Rockin' R by Reba, which sold out within weeks. Her most recent venture, Reba's Place, a restaurant and music venue in Oklahoma, opened in 2023 and quickly became a local hotspot, attracting over 500,000 visitors in its first year. Reba has never shied away from using her platform to advocate for causes she believes in. In 2015, she publicly supported same-sex marriage, a bold stance in the traditionally conservative country music industry. Her statement sparked backlash, with some fans boycotting her music, but Reba stood firm. She even posted a rainbow-colored version of her logo on Instagram when same-sex marriage was legalized nationwide, further solidifying her support for the LGBTQ+ community. Her advocacy extends to women's rights as well. In 2015, she called out country radio for not playing songs by older female artists, sparking a much-needed conversation about gender equality in the industry. Her efforts led to the Country Music Association launching a program to support women in country music. with Reba serving as its first mentor. Reba McEntire's journey is a testament to the power of resilience and reinvention. From her humble beginnings in Oklahoma to her rise as a country music icon, she has faced countless challenges but always emerged stronger.